Hello everybody, I am doing the video again of how to grow potatoes from the supermarket. So I did this on Instagram stories, however a lot of people kept asking me about it, so I will record it so you can go back to it anytime. So what you need is store-bought potatoes, wherever you get them from. I got mine from Woolworths that I've used. Now I don't have any at the moment because my boyfriend keeps eating them all, but that's what we want anyway. So I'm going to use an old sweet potato, but it's still same thing, you can use potatoes, whatever. So the first thing you want is a pot with drainage holes. I've got this one from Bunnings. It's 250 mils. I think it cost me like $1.80. You can also, wherever it is, use 300 mils. Probably the bigger the pot, the better, only because potatoes are big and we want to use them. So the first thing you want to do is get a potato out of the cupboard or wherever you keep them that's got these little knobby bits. So sweet potato, there's a purple. The eyes of the potato are white to brown on normal potatoes, so you probably want them at that stage where they're growing those like little knobbly eyes, and this is what you can do with them. So what you want to do is get your pot. I prefer these growers pots because they're easier. They've always got drainage holes, which are really important, and this is what we want to do. Oh, hello. Okay, so we're going to fill the bottom of our pot with soil, well draining soil, and we only want to fill it the very bottom to start with. So it's probably about that far filled, and then we want to get our potato. We want to find where the eyes are, so the eyes are up here, and we want to put it directly in the soil, so that way that the eyes are facing upwards. So if they're going down, they're going to go down, so we want to face them upwards. So I'm going to place mine in here, and I'm going to need a little bit more soil to hold them. Okay. And if you have more than one potato, you want to put them a little bit spaced out, but you can put more than one potato in. So I probably have about 5 in each pot. Okay. So it's going to look something like that. Oh. And then what we want to do is start placing the other ones around it. So all you would need to do, I'm only going to use one as an example, is pick it up, make sure the eyes are facing upwards, and put it in the soil, and you can put one there, one there, one there. Okie dokie. So when you do that, you pop all your potatoes in, you'll get more soil, and you fill it all the way up to the top. Now we've got to do that. And what we want to do, and it'll be a little bit different with your potatoes because it's going to be a lot more shallow, is we want to make sure we are just filling it to the top of the potato. So probably about maybe 1 inch or 2 centimeters above the potato. So sweet potatoes are long, they're a little bit different. I'd probably use a bigger pot. As I said, I'm only using sweet potatoes as an example. So it's just gently brushing over the top of the sweet potato. So if you're a normal potato, it'd probably be somewhere here. And then all you want to do is wet that, keep the soil slightly moist, somewhere warm, and you will eventually get something like this. So these have been in for about 3 weeks now. What you'll find is that the stalks keep growing, so I think there's about 5 potatoes in there, and the next step is just to put more soil, and every week you will go and you will check your potatoes, and you'll just follow the stalk. So if the stalk is long, just keep filling it up until it grows right to the top. So here are some baby ones as an example. They've grown through. So what I will do is I'll get a little bit more soil, and I will just keep covering it so all you can see is the leaves. So the potatoes are probably about down there. And with these big ones, same thing. So I will just keep following the line. I probably left this one a little bit late. So the more soil is so that we can grow more potatoes. So these ones, as I said, have probably been growing for about 3 weeks now. I keep the soil slightly moist and I keep it in a really nice and sunny position. Basically, the more sun you can give it, the more it's going to grow, I think, or like the faster. Okay. So we will eventually get to the point, and I'll need more soil, so I'll finish this off later, that we are just following the line of the stalk upwards with soil. So eventually you'll get a pot full of soil and you'll only see the leaves like the other one. And we'll keep going. That gives more soil for more potatoes to grow. And what will eventually happen is little potatoes will grow from the slips and we will have more potatoes in here than we started with. And that's how you will grow potatoes from store-bought potatoes. Grow potatoes from potatoes, basically. So when we're done, I'm going to steal some soil from this other one. We will end up with something like this. So even more full. So as you can see, the leaves are just showing. The bottom of the stalks I have it filled with soil. I will give it a bit of a water right now. Should be using like a hose, but I've just got a little bit of water. And I'm going to pour all that water in. Obviously potatoes can rot as well, so doesn't need to be wet, just slightly moist, sort of just like some of your house plants. Not wet, slightly moist. Now what we've got is the foliage up the top. Stalks are covered, potatoes down the bottom. What will happen is all those stalks and slips will generate new potatoes, and when I bury them in a few weeks, depending where you live, could take a while. I'm going to let these stalks grow out of the pot and then check. I think they say it takes 6 to 8 weeks, but I'm in far north Queensland, so it might be a little bit different. So here are the other ones I've done, and they will need to be full as well. So as you can see, oh god, this side, hard pot, all those stalks, I'm going to cover the soil up to there, so it's only the leaves. So do that, and then in a few weeks you should have some potatoes. Bye!